How's this fall been for you so far?
It's been great. Just growing more as an individual and as an offense and throughout position groups and as a team wholly. It's been great.
Are there any focuses that you've had specifically with yourself?
I'll definitely say physicality, with nutritionists and within the weight room, trying to build more upon that. And I'd also say just the intent level of coming off last year and what more we expect from ourselves and what we plan on doing in the future.
When you talk about working with nutrition staff, are there been wholesale changes that you've made, or has it been little things?
Yeah, almost. Little things end up becoming big things.
Right.
From eating almost 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, growing up to 10 pounds in weight, and having Sleeve and our nutritionist Stacy Potter kind of just work with how our bodies are built and what more needs to be put in and what's put out. Hydration too is a big key factor. Trying to just build up to where can list us on the field for as long as possible.
Is that something that you went to them about, or is that just a natural progression of you trying to develop as
Both, but especially how I ended last year, I definitely could see myself wanting to be stronger, more physical. And within my game, I would definitely say that's one of the biggest key factors I wanted to improve on.
When you go through a physical change like that as a wide receiver, how does that feel going back on the field with this new sort of figure?
It makes me build more on things I need to grow on. Look back on things that key tactics to where you can grow and still be progressing in areas you need to improve on.
We heard Coach Samuel talk a lot about your guys' emphasis on yards after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like you've grown in that regard over the last kind of 6 months?
He's been building our feet, to as soon as that tuck's near, reading defenses as soon as after you catch the ball to where you know where your exit route is, your exit movements. So he's been helping us a lot with that.
And for you personally, what sort of goals do you have for yourself this fall?
Just help the team in any way possible, special teams, as a receiver, as a leader. Also try to improve with the freshmen, coming in. That was one thing I wanted to as a young freshman was to look up to dudes that were around me at the time, Andrew Parchment, DeColve Williams, Kwame Lassiter, just be by those guys' hips. And that's why I told the younger guys, as much as you love this game, we're going to really see how much you love it more with how much you want to surround yourself around it and others outside and inside the facility.
And you mentioned the freshmen. What has stood out to you about them so far?
All of them. I'll definitely say the want to learn. Doing exactly kind of what I said, staying by my hip, a lot of the other receivers' hips, picking up free game, just smallest things. Coach Samuels also emphasized that also. He was like, take these guys in, be a big brother to these guys. So it's been great. It's been fun.
Luke said you guys get to design your own plays this week. What are you going to come up with?
That's actually a really hard question. Something that's going to involve downfield play, something that's going to work, and that's we're going to keep using it too, not just one moment plays. Just keep stacking them to where maybe we can use them in every week, not just 1 week or week 5 or deeper in the weeks. We can use it and stack it and keep it in our playbook.
You talked about wanting to personally be a leader for the freshmen, but how much does it help them that they have 6 or 7 guys coming back that they can all sort of model themselves upon?
It's great, with different multiple types of receivers. It's more information, more game, the better you're going to be as a person, the better you're going to be as a position receiver. So it's great.
In the spring, we heard from a lot of guys hitting new kind of career highs in miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what your PR would be in that?
I think mine was 23 something. I think mine was like 0.2 or 0.1 away from Beans. He got me up there. So yeah, a little bit lower. I'd definitely say probably top 3.
Yeah. And how do you feel like that's changed, gotten better over the last 2-3 years?
I'll go back to what I've been doing nutritionally, and in the weight room too. It's just built up more me to be capable on the field, off the field too. And it's only going to help others around me too. If they see me improving in these ways, other guys are going to kind of latch on to that effect of, okay, well, if he can get that much faster and stronger in X amount of months and X amount of time, I think I can too. So, coming in here, I think I weighed 170 pounds, and put on up to now like 200 pounds. I grew 5 pounds of muscle and around 5 pounds of fat. So just going to build and keep going.
Coach Samuel described you and also LJ and Luke as three guys who have the potential to be among the best, that he's coached in his career. Is to hear that kind of confidence that he has in you. What does that mean to you?
It starts off with him, how with him as a man and as a teacher, outside of football, he's a great person, great motivator, great man to his family, a very supportive person. So I think just starting with how much he bought into us is what giving back to him, so, and it's the want for ourselves, and it's not just us three, it's Trevor Wilson, it's Tanaka Scott, it's Douglas Million, it's multiple other receivers, it's through the room, it's freshmen too. It's what we want out of ourselves and what we want as a group. I feel like our group is a very surrounded and ongoing group of individuals that, love and care for each other truly, deeply. And that's outside the field, and just the sky's the limit really with us as people and as us as football players too.